baby entina no ayasem ama ene wo mo aboko jan
na manwe sofo e de atudwa echiremu ese anokwasem nie ukọ ya hia ahodo no so enye ne kreda se asrafo etata wia
coronavirus abai ukọ Kenya man ni mu a yesi enipa be se mpim du miensa afei ena omo kwakọ hwe omo akira kwan se yade no omo obi anaso omo ni bi
ye to stay ni South Africa wo chese suku ahodo no womo ebetumbe na wohwe na ni nyina gya COVID-19 enti
ensem bi ka ho ne de ebramo wo kase bo emimidi e de Akosua Sarpong mini minu abema
Kwabena Antwi Boasiako
afei kase bo no emu ensem enie Ghana mampanyi Nana Ado Dankwa Ekufuado enam Presidential Empowerment for Male Entrepreneurs. Wei eye won mo a edi dem a wo mo etimi ebiebie enwuma no. Eno ena mampanyi enam saa nhihye so eboa wonom. Na mo ye apem na sika wode eboa ewo omamu ni nyina no eye Ghana sika no opepepe mienu.
Ensano adwuma sabi yemu ne kwase enti nipa be apem a omo edidem omo firi mantam dunsia Ghana ha sei no omo anyanteteye ede afri bibi etise etiriye adepam empaboayo ani adwadie mu na omampanyi Nana Ado Kufuado ne so omo asene enti enne ebre yeje omo kwan e wodwubere house atenekese mu no kwanchefo panyi edema Ghana Federation of Disability Organization Mama Rita Kusichirema ekasada ba no azesa ba we se di wono modidem no edana kuma so wabo mpapa okoni asabebere so.
The Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations would want to thank you, Your Excellency, for your support towards inclusion of persons with disabilities in the Ghanaian society. Your Excellency, in 2019, you instituted a policy to support persons with disabilities in entrepreneurship. The disability movement is pleased to note that the implementation of that policy has been sustained to date, and some of our women with disabilities have benefited from it. The Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations is always ready to partner with your government to promote full inclusion of persons with disabilities in Ghana's development processes, and as such, Your Excellency, we respectfully appeal that more persons with disabilities be considered to benefit from this great initiative. Your Excellency, we cannot thank you enough for your continued support to persons with disabilities. Thank you.
Ghana mampanyi ekasa chire mu se omo monimre ewa abrabom na dwetira wabo omo no esombo papa.
In April last year at this same venue, I launched the Presidential Empowerment for Women Entrepreneurs with Disability, TVET, for the benefit of some of our disabled women entrepreneurs. Today we turn our attention to 1,000 disabled male entrepreneurs who through PEMED are going to be recipients of a 2 million CD package. As co-chair of the group of eminent advocates for 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, I'm happy to know that this initiative is in line with SDG numbers 1, 4, 5, 8, and 10, which relate to poverty reduction, quality education, inclusion, and equal opportunity, amongst others. This ceremony is taking place against the background of the COVID-19 pandemic, whose rapid spread has wrought devastation to all the economies of the world. The pandemic notwithstanding, we are determined to revive and reinvigorate our economy, but we will do so in safety. So as you go about your business activities, remember to observe the enhanced hygiene, mask wearing, and social distancing protocols to help us defeat the pandemic. I charge all of you to go out there and make us proud. May God bless us all in our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong.
Yetu akase no so yema pendada atamils ekọ ne krechi no mfihia enwotwemu ani gina so amayiko NDC ene won panifo aka ne dai asumdwe park odi nhwiren ekoto ye papa enaso na Owura John Dramani Mahama edi animu so ena chairman of so ambofo so eka ho ebie.
The late President Professor John Evans Atta Mills was a patriot whose disposition and calm, confident demeanor rubbed off on everyone who came into contact with him. As we congregate here to participate in this annual ritual, let us never forget what he stood for, and let his noble spirit intercede on our behalf, so that by the bountiful grace of God, we will win the upcoming general elections and allow the people of Ghana to breathe once again.
Ahobrase, ibi nyamisro, ibi nso yin nokradi. Ono nyaza no odi ya odi che he nyina. Nso ono nya sama ye baneze bana abake. No money, awu biara babade der be bobo manen. No de bo mozen ezi nokradi. Ahobrase na yamisro ezebaba.
We are celebrating an eminent academic, somebody who was in the forefront with Honorable Akosua Ahoy in transforming what is today the Ghana Revenue Authority as the chairman of the Board of Internal Revenue Service and later Commissioner of Internal Revenue Service, who became the Vice President, but still in his humility came down to work even with some of us whilst he was in office on the reintroduction of the value-added tax. It is the 20th anniversary of the VAT. It's to the memory of Professor Mills, Mr. Ahoy, and others that today VAT has become the most stable source of revenue for the country.
Asundria no pe ewo memu ene ayira. Ekro ya no nka pe se Ghana fo nyina ya transe as nipa ba ko no ayira. Ene Ghana ewo no ebusuan chemfa. Every time I not chema de wo Legon. Ekosi time me ne ye adwuma nyina no. Me ne se oyobi a onye enyiyimu
ye nyina ye papa. Eye obi a wabesisa Ghana amanyosem. Na enye Ghana amanyosem kwa individually ye wo NDC mu any party na nkasa nso ne ye ne nanamo otu ye no esesa ye party nani sha ohwe NDC sisi a ekwan ya akono no dodo na afridwumadi a President Mills ye
everything there obi areka na Mills the father for all, na Mills the father for all ono krampo kire wo there e ode yenya akentifo what you because ye Ghana yon suno obi no suno obi say ya kula enimide elkotwe wudin abato tura one pen eboto a enye hunyere idintro ye ko enimide wu kokromoti ya one pa yenimide eto amowom no ba yanko yenimide yi no wi no wode mana wode ba man ekolemba bata bring na no obi pedo sisi obi pedo chede tuma ne saka no de besisi obi ono nyinara no onfakro ya namba ntimi free there yempanyifo ye wanzama pia ebotum wesua efi Atta Mills offer no kwarzi ho ne ekroya opir more money onya asomdwe a opir more money.
Jumedie yi ase enkane mampanyi John Dramani Mahama ekasai na ne nsem a wode etu edwa ene se Ghana for bre papa enkane mampanyi John Evans Atta Mills eti ase na ote akonwa so no de na ope eye asomdwie enkabomu na obehwe na ade weyi a na eda na koma so no wato aso age Ghana for afiri wo hawmu.
Professor John Evans Atta Mills, all our comrades gathered here to mark the anniversary of his death, all our friends who have joined us in mourning, our colleagues from allied parties. I want to thank all of you for taking your time to be with us to mourn a great man. I wish to note before I speak that our founder was here earlier this morning to also pay his respects to the late President Professor John Evans Atta Mills. Almost 8 years ago, on August 10th, we laid to rest the mortal remains of a great man. We called him Asumdwehene, which means the King of Peace. He left us a nation at peace with itself and united. We were not the richest or most powerful nation in this world, but we were a happy nation, with everybody going about his business without anxiety or fear. You can be the richest person, or you can live in the richest nation. You can be the most powerful person on earth, or you can live in the most powerful nation on earth. If you don't have peace, you have nothing. God gifted us a bountiful nation, rich with resources. God gifted us a talented people, diverse in our languages and culture, but united in our citizenship of this nation we call Ghana. Professor Mills was a father for all of us. One who considered all of us his children. Today, Ghanaians are crying for such a father. One who will see all of us as one, as his children.
Yet was one yes I call a Asante Mantemuna yes enchofo a omo ewo Asante Mantemu ene omafo ni bi edi enkomo ebisa omo se papa ekọ ne krachi ni finhia enwotwe ne die pa ene omo kai erefa no ho
beye mfie enwotwenie ena brichie kase ebo Ghana man ayante asemde a Ghana nyina ayedin adan a Ghana man panyini ana otie adwamu His Excellency Professor John Evans Atames wadan nsabonkum so asemi baaye Ghana fo nyina obia ebotoi ema mpanyinfo omo oman ha omuni ebre yie pa se saa asemwe enya ade na ebi esi Ghana se oman panyini betie adwaso a wadan nsabonkum so anase wowu enso ebi esi mfie nwotwe ababedu Youth even some trefo ewo kumaso Asante Mantema esi montene so ema ye ne Ghana fo ni bi atwetwe nkomo busa omo se emfie nwotwe nie na Professor Mills eda ne nsabonkum so edien ena omeka emfie enwotwe achi nie
anka tade wa wani tua president ba ko a oman Ghana yenya na wa hwe a na onam asumdue kwa asumti no obi abeka no ne kasa ne ye ompe ne ho asem o edi ti se oba ha mla odane nani kakla no Ghana nyina yebo abutuo esan se emfa ho ne MPP ana se ne NDC ano ye na odoman ni nyina utie ne kasa tim se onye yimu ti anga tamom de ya fe ne pa
oba no ya senje he ompe ne ho asem wa anya gidigidi bia ma obi ho se atame se de se no tie oya boko na eye na so ye nyina ye ni na se ye ka ne ni woni de a eye nyina ya the company na kan kan say na ATS atame sidi wuye nti ye ma no dem refedi
man you obi anon pe no asem but Ghana no ye woni ma bi wo ya brabo mu a se obi a no hojo sa no be di o man panyina ko firi mu se ya eye nka du ma ye nkwala na ye sisi o no se e de be tu ye mofo se nipa bi be di Ghana konwa so a se na wote obo na brabo fa nti ye na ye ATS de kana ye nyina ye tanachi se ba bi ona no ko pon fa ni sie
de me kai fa ye president dada won se de obesikra akasa no me hu na mani age nti wo wuye ni krani eye me ya pa na me se ba de so man ba bi pantsna
oh papa ta message de me kai ni ma bebre asomdue hene papa no so na de bibia da fom boko obi obebia openasem nti asomdue hene de me wura mfi ne da
Yemfri Asante Mantem na yemra enkramantem ase ane de ani echre circle na one more eton mobile phones ene eho nneoma wo mo nka bomuko ho o mo kire se o mo boko jan na demonstration o mo ye no kra no eye asomdwe de ni nyina ne se wo mo a wo mo mfiri Ghana ha emra no kire se anka wo mo ntimi enye bodwa sese wo mo ye na anka wo mo shop no ne ese ye tutum ne nso so ama ne saa ama sese ese Ghana fo ni bi akwa akɔhye wo no machi ama ye biebie eno enanka aposifo amamu a anka eye dedede
Ghana Jodifo ne kyerɛ mu gya Ghana mmara so na ɛyɛ adwuma mmara no ɛyɛ GIPC mmara ɛne sɛ sɛ obi ɛnyɛ Ghana ni a wɔntumi yɛ konko akyiri konko masombasom anase pa wo pa bia wɔ Ghana yɛ dwom enti Nigeria fo no mo Ghana ase ne store Saudi ne atotom ne de yɛ mmie ne mmie no wɔkye no tom Guta ko ne titena ni yɛ Dr. Joseph Obin wɔne UTV edi enkomo bra na mentimi ho ase apagya ne homre so ɛwɔ sɛk wɔ Nigeria ɛne Ghana Jodifo no entem
yɛsrɛ wɔ my Ghana baabi Jodifo na wɔ sɛ Omu chicheya, omu ye. Sako omu be local shops. The whole Ghana. Aye Wednesday no. Omu hodu on. Niamfa obuo ama omampani. Na omu hwe de Akosua sekia. Say omu hwe na emrei ada ho clear. Ya shamra sabe ya sumdwe abeba omemu. Ya shamra sabe ya sumdwe abeba omemu. Ni ya shamra ni ya nimra do so. Na kofa oyene se se de esi wa hase no. Abasa na se omu shamra no ani agencies a so de mra ya adwuma no. Omu na esi so mu.
Ghana fo ni bi omuta Nigeria fo na chinu ani UTV ekasa ye.
Betuma koche ni mabe 500 pieces. Betuma koche ni mabe 1000 pieces. What ma me 250 pesos. Don't you any bring nya no sa problem no. Now be about top ba konso one store no. Now one so start to market ni mu. Now also demand 250 pesos. Enti abane sa, any koto quantity no. Enti gram bon ton ni nya sika kra da e botom. Tama Ghana for west ni ya bra.
Shop owners no. Wo mun jai sa mo dey rent in Nigeria for no. So shop owners ni jaya. Nigeria you be anya shop for cycle because look as a government, not shop owner and yele so. Ghana you saw be shop owner 3 million. Ghana you saw njo. Nigeria you buy so man 7 million no. Also beji it is for shop owners ni jaya. Nigeria they will leave cycle. And it is I don't have any problem with the government. What more can I what should government do?
Ukoma shama baby obi here tuma. Eti me pa usopa. Momo pa mo pelinu. O te say mo mu disturb obi because of man pelinu. O mo ya say yani Nigeria for no your brothers and sisters. Mo mu disturb Nigeria for no. We respect the tenets of our constitution and our laws. But we know all these things and we sign on to the ECOWAS treaty. If you know you were going to strictly apply your laws, you shouldn't have signed onto any treaty. That is the problem we are facing here. And what they are doing is an endorsement of greed. It's an endorsement of wickedness. And ever since the shops of Nigerians were locked, prices of goods began skyrocketing.
And Gramante post is saying DCOP Frederick Edu Enim and a Koshema abotre by no to mo animusumunya abotre na aban enshen kasam na asumdwemra.
No pardon. Near Yan and TSA never be Akosua a hard dream. As some of the Munim and some dada. A year a lot of four and I can Union Nigeria for near other naturals now, among tongue, mobile phones in the Adewaha. In fact, as I said, no be any say, and penny for a bemu for no Edi Hujuma. Now, sorry, Kakra, a joke. Eddie Bamboo Tino, get tea, nay a bum, no massum diaba. See, I know. You also some you, but if I said in Penifonicia, you know Mocassa. Now the air of fast idea we buy, no, so you who say be a you. Now be Jana buying, then in penny for, send no more any mono, no one to us on near the Assum Giver. Service registration into the end to me for the paying Wabi Bresa, but your monitor.
Manyeso for Onumian for Ambusderi Edia Tuja Chips and Yano Creda say Oko Yashe no so asra for more one more ebo bine one more tato monfo one more Osabiano.
St. John's Hospital and Fertility Center and Omobua Ghana Migration Service and Momo Ayara Sabia Medical Clinic no Mobima City or more Ebebo Jumapa. Na Ebro Mubi Jumediano Anono and I was so for sure FSM so. Onmunya for Ambrose Derry Kasawa CHH mu essay. Yade Bambo for Koya Shaudo Somokwaji Bino. Na Encrofo Kazaso mo Ebro Encrofo Babia Yetri Diwa Ghana and Children in China would do what Yashesuno was a Sassam and Yanokore.
That any person who was prevented from going to register, or indeed the rights, infringed by the security agencies, they should let us know. I have not received any report. And you recall, there is ex-president, the former president who is now the presidential candidate, paid a visit to the Volta region. Actually visited the facilities of the GIS. There is no such evidence anywhere. The military has come out, and I'm saying again today that we are prepared to investigate any allegations of maltreatment. Yes, they said that it was meant to prevent people from registering. Where is the evidence of that? There is no obstruction at any registration center in the Volta region, where the parties have agents there and where security agencies are present. I think that these remain allegations, but let me reiterate the position that should anybody have something beyond mere allegations, you are welcome to come to the Ministry of the Interior, provide evidence, and we will take appropriate action.
Mama here free any kwaje for paying our St. John's Hospital and Fertility Center no ano wakasaye.
The essence of the extension of the immigration clinic is to provide the immigrants who are already in the country medical exam.
Yetwa ensem no eso ana so manfo ebeka ye aswafo a wo hwenkita wudie so e de ebetu edwa se wo hwe GBC wonom a platform DTT ne so a eye channels makomako be sensia na enwoma bi ne hyehyɛ ya ompese omdi gu akwan mu ene se ometimi aye ne ye tinki ye yimi ensa afiri so eno eba ye ne nkofo bebre kasa e de fa ho eno nam so e ma mampanyi de krata pia bonten kyerɛ se wo mo ntwentwen so ansa na mpanimfo ansa nkotena se na wonom enwene ho ne no na communication committee a wonom ewo emrahye bedwam onumonyafo Sam George ono eyemrahye bedwani a wo ningo prampram wakasa de afa ho kyerɛ se asɛm edie se de esika a se yen suspend no se nyame adom ne eto abawie na mampanyi akufo adodi nkunimu a wo mo ebetu sa na mo no achi na committee member baako owura ABA fuseni so kyerɛ se wei aban no oye sei na ode tietia ensentwerefo fa hodie so
se mbeka ya ye kan wa ha se krata na minister Eslausu etro de koma GBC no oni to me ewo mrem ana enye na kwan se obetimi atro sa letter no na ukai article 1624 of constitution na say ensese obi biara wo Ghana say ye president o say ye parliament o media house there nya mu pese mu be yi no editorial discretion there eno there eye machede se mu ana mbe fasa adwen no na se omampanyin ene asan be twiro letter no san letter no de ye mfa nya adwuma esan se omampanyin ewo akwanyan se anka for 2 weeks asemwe eda ho no anka obeka ho bibi sanka enya ne de enya na adwen se oni minister na anya adwen for 2 weeks anka obeka sa otwen ya ma NMC ema ruling ema NMC say nya ne minister na ye no etiamra so ansa na OPA say ye or suspend den adano ye bia wo se afi na wo asana ni agro na wie ansa na wo se wo afi na wa ba se wo ba besa enti omampanyin de assembly a esi ye no omampanyin hu bi pen na omampanyin pese wo mu beka mu asem ahyemonum ompese mu beka no kra na che Ghana na a calculated attempt to continue to gag the media na ye ma omampanyin ana ni ministers no sa akwanyan say wo mu be gag the media no. This is a victory for the media of Ghana. This is not a victory of the minority. This is a victory for the media of Ghana. Now we will continue to fight and ensure say the right things are done in the media landscape.
You see, if you don't know the depths of a water, you don't take a plunge. You wait. So that when you are sinking, you come back. But you take a plunge inside and you before you think you are coming back, you are sinking again. So this is a sinking government. And it is clear that this is a government, most of their actions that they do, they take a plunge before they realize that the waters are consuming them, and they come back and they are talking about consultation. Do you sincerely believe that there's any element of consult? They didn't know that they had to consult their major stakeholders before embarking on that action, even before that letter was written. And there was no way he could extricate himself. I'm sure that's why he sought to give this face-saving statement that he's going to go back again and do a consultative process. It's a moot point. The National Media Commission, as has been said, is clothed with the requisite constitutional authority. And if you go back to, I think, Article 162 or something, yes, which says that there shall be no censorship in Ghana. And clear, like the Media Commission indicated, it was an attempt at censorship until the government was caught flat. And so they have to beat a history treaty.
Yetwa kaseno so enchekra Sarpong fro so ebeba ewo eye asante mantem ne no na mrahyebiafo binom ede atudwa echim se sempanifo yenhye ni nyina wi a wogidi se wode eto eye lawyer akentin apiamenka ankebebo papa.
There is no public university dedicated to the training of teachers with the requisite knowledge, skills and aptitudes to train students in technical and vocational education. The establishment of the university would therefore bring into focus the relevance of technical and vocational education and training to national development and the need to achieve excellence in that regard. The proposed university will develop to the level of awarding doctorate degrees in technical and vocational education and training, thereby providing a workforce with the requisite skills. This will undoubtedly increase productivity, encourage investments as well, reduce unemployment, and improve upon the socio-economic sector of the country. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
It is good that this university is established to target particularly the areas that have been indicated. I think also that in the past, last minute, the tendency was for us to introduce a name other than what is here. I also want to say that at this stage, I am going to move a motion also for us to name this university after Akentin Apiamenka, an industrialist, a lawyer, statesman, and many things. Because fortunately, nobody will say, oh, he doesn't come from here. The campus, the main campus is in Ashanti region. So it shouldn't be a matter. But I think that this is the best time to honor such a person in this regard. Thank you very much.
Apiamenka has contributed so much in industry through Association of Ghana Industries and the nation as a whole, as an entrepreneur, as an industrialist, and as a lawyer. I believe that qualifying and granting him that opportunity for us to name the university after him would do this nation a great deal by, encouraging other industrialists to do more for this nation. Mr. Speaker, this university is quite timely now for us as Parliament to do something to support the establishment of this university. I will say that TVET education is one of the critical hubs that this nation needs to push our industrialization agenda as a whole. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, I want to encourage my colleagues also to support this motion before this House. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Enrada oswafo a wono ehwe sikasem so ede nsem koto emrahye bedwafo ne Ghana fo nyina anim efa yakonhoma sika se yebeka safini mu ache no asamba ko kan ya na eye Ghana fo anije pa ye ensuo ne nkane ansem se bosome miensa ntem no ebinum ebenya ne free pa na saa semi nam so ma UTV yetisi montene so titru ye ko akweteman esanse saa akweteman ho no wo mo tonsuo wo hodoso ye ne omo kasa ye ne omamfo ne bi so kasa ye ma ensam a wo mo eka ho asem no yenkotie bi
Omaisa na hinoru akinofori atako mrashibedwam ede afini finfin sikasem tumbiche media budget review ni maye no ene wosi coronavirus no ntino aban se bosmi miense de yenimu enhwe ni kan yakawafa na aban edikan ayebidada amankrofo akasa de afa ho se enya de se wono mutu nhwe ni de ye adwuma na yen atesem yen fa anye adwuma ntini UTV ye kwa koteman ene wono mutu nhwe ni bi ekasa ye no achi no adechi no mubu nhwe ni bi nhwe no mukasa ase kire yen
first 3 months no omma light free no a boy, you must say, first, no, say, you must have adding. And the abandons are free by Yamian boy. By 3 months, you are sad bay. Now, maybe to me, I say, Ebia, my name is about 19 or more years, idea, meet to me.
Kanya, or say free. In so a month away, almost the bail abba, I try so. Na me bill no so eba no enye bill ketwa nti light no ye pay bisa say ye free awade amayen bill beba nti bill ne ba ye nkotua na say mayen nkotua to ombra no ombe chire mu say bill na eba na bia mu nkotua half ana say mu nkotua say na so amayen free na bill aba ehun fa so ben menena abro oton su kakra dididi mu say free ewe ni bebre na say ene sade anu no so no oton didi won bie menena abro ye ja to mu 3 months na be mu de bill 3 months abre no almost 7 point we we be pipe na tum 3 months na manfo bu free sika be no nkofa no fa nkotu asa water bill
abane ye engine di because see almost 70% but minimum say nso no say light no almost account amaye enti ni aban kind of so no so ye ni free amaye and oyi ni yam no so ka so ye ni free amaye
shembre omu ha enu na mbre no on didi nti so si so free no man mbre one ska be na mbre one fa didi o be so mbre one nwu na nti so en kra se aban si so free e se mbre one omu trap pipe na no obi o trap pipe se aban so on share na nipa no so on sort no out
na lat no kra so ye hu ne papa bia no so ka ma yete na no kwasem ni se nso free na huma woton su aban abaya humede
me ton so ni be for the past 3 months na wo mu ye no wo mu ka sen ka wo be ma ye sika bi kakra commission kakra by nothing 3 months no wo ma ye hwe e na ye sa ba be komu biom sebi mimi okunafo eno na me de hwe memba e na me sa ba be ko sa di we mu biom nti eno de enye possible sebi sa de ni ye 50 kra ye ton 30 a nke ye so hu ye ti so kakra e sa se ebi kra so de ye wo madwuma de nya ho fa so na den na ye nko ade ye nso ye si mi ento
to kill Peter to win jump obi sere no na obi su eno ne asema mudidi ye no enti ni abane so ye ne se ono me madwuma eno na me didi for living me de ye me bibia enti se wo se me ye bu no fria ye nyina ye enjoy ono a enjoy yo na mesu e me a me ton no nya me den na me didi enti wo abana ka wo so no wo ma we be bu free no mesu man bibi na chese mesu me nya fa so be su but I to say to kill Peter to win John asam na ewo me obi sere no na me su
mi pata abanu ni pato won buaye yeso ye nya adikakra ni yeso yamfa nto aduane ni yedi
ewi abusia etwa ho na yaje enkrato ye ba ye beto aso